Hey, what's up, everyone? It's me, Mr. 4K. So this is the entry-level projector for those of you who don't want to break arm and leg and are looking for something that's minimalistic, where you can have a minimalistic home theater experience where you're not going to spend arm and leg to enjoy that experience. Okay, you can get yourself some nice minimalistic uh, sound bars with a couple of rear, you know, Dolby Atmos, firing speakers. There's minimalistic ways you can enjoy that home theater experience under like $600 with the speakers and this projector. For like $600, you can have like a really entry-level good home theater experience. And that's what this is basically is. And there's two brands I want to talk about. Vivibright, it's something I'm going to do in the future. Not right now, but in the future, Vivibright. I'm going to get that projector for you guys. I'm going to show you the Vivibright because Vivibright, it's mainly intended for gaming, but it also does the movies as well. This is strictly just for the movies. This is a first entry-level LED projector that replaces that old traditional 3 LCD traditional lamp that they're using, that regular lamp, which of course, what it does basically, it puts so much heat into your projector. And this is why the projectors shut down, because those traditional lamps, they squeeze so much life out of your electricity. And if you use them for a long period of time, they die off and you have to constantly change the lamp. Same thing happens with the BenQ, DLP, digital project DLP digital light projector, which has a spinning wheel, color wheel, and the lamp that's built inside of it, it's like very high amp lamp. And what it does basically, it squeezes so much energy and electricity out of your electrical bill, and it also makes a projector so hot, and it's hard to keep it cool. And that's why those lamps, after so many hours, they go bad and they die and you have to replace them. Okay, sometimes those lamps, traditional lamps, can cost a lot of money to replace, depending on what type of projector you have. If you have a high-end projector, it's going to cost you more money to replace that lamp. So this is LED. I'm sorry for me for butchering this, but the reason I'm mentioning this is because the LED, they don't squeeze that much electricity out of your electrical bill. They're very good in keeping it more economical and keeping it more reasonable, where you don't have to worry too much about this box overheating, because LEDs, they don't overheat that quick, that much, because they're LEDs. LEDs are being used everywhere. They're being used on televisions. They're being used pretty much everywhere you go. LED, LED, LED. Even on emergency police squad cars and firefighters, ambulance, they're all using LED lights. Okay, so sorry for butchering this, but I had to explain this so that way you understand that this is a LED lamp, not your traditional lamp. Okay, that's why it's a big deal, and it's only $250. This thing also has a 6,000 lumens brightness. 6,000 lumens brightness with LED. It's pretty bright, man. Okay, so you want that brightness? Well, this thing, you can use it outdoor with a 6,000 lumens brightness. You can use this outdoors easily. And so let's go ahead. Let's unbox it. We'll talk about it more. I apologize for butchering this in the beginning, but I have to explain this to you so that way you guys understand why this is a big deal. Okay, let's move on. I have turned the box on the side. Something I want to say here that's also unique about this projector. This projector actually has a 50+ horizontal keystone correction, and also has a 50+ zoom in keystone correction, meaning that you don't have to have this projector move so far away. It's not a short throw, but it's a new technology that gives you a much bigger screen. Even from 3.5, 4.5 feet away, you can have like 200 inches. So this is pretty much ideal. So you can have this projector sitting like 4 feet away from you or 3.5 feet away from you, and you can still adjust and have that 200 inches on your wall. I think you can go up to 300 inches, but for 300 inches, you really have to move it probably 6.5 feet away to get that 300 inches. But I think 300 inches, it's overkill. I think it's too big. But anyway, if you choose to do so, you can do so, depending on your environment, obviously. Now here it is. As you can see, it has the PCS LED array system that goes up to 6,000 lumens. 6,000 lumens. So you can take this sucker outside and enjoy outside, both outdoors, indoors. It has obviously a zoom, horizontal 100% and vertical 100%. So with this one, you can zoom in, meaning scaling. When they say zoom in, they mean scaling, okay? That's what they mean, meaning you're scaling to that 200 inch to 300 inch. And you can do it from like a not far away distance. And that's pretty good. So you don't have to have your projector far, far way back out there to achieve 200 inch or 300 inch. All right. And it's a IPS in-plane switching LCD. It uses this LCD, of course, in-plane switching. But at the same time, it's also using a LED light to achieve that lumens brightness. Sorry for butchering this, but I have to read this. I have to explain this to you guys so that way you understand. If you want to skip through this, you can skip through this, but I have to show you this as well. The native resolution, it's 1920 by 1080. Projection screen size goes up to 50 to 300 inches. And lumens, it's 6,000. And it has a contrast ratio that's 8,000 to 1. And that's pretty darn good. Remember, guys, this is $250. And there's some pretty good features for $250, in my opinion. So let's unbox it. Let's test it. Let's do this, shall we? All right, let's unbox it. Let's do this, shall we? Here's my unboxing therapy. Sorry, Lou. This is the way I untherapy this thing. This is my therapy right here. Shout out to Lou. All right, let's go ahead and open this up. All right. This is actually pretty big. This thing is not small. Obviously, there's some hefty weight to it. This is not a portable projector, all right? Let's just keep that in mind. Now, on this box right here, this is where all your stuff is. We'll get to that later. First thing first, let's open this sucker. Let's pull it out. Remember, this is not a portable. This is a entry-level home cinema projector that uses the LED, which I already have mentioned in the beginning of the video. That's why I mentioned all those things in the beginning of the video. So let's pull the sucker out. See how strong I am? Come on, you bastard, come on. Here we go. So it's pretty hefty. It's pretty hefty, as it should be. Has a nice styrofoam here. I'm gonna go ahead, take that out, pull that out. Oh yeah, this sucker, it's heavy. This is heavy and it's big. It's big, guys. It's heavy. So, damn. This sucker ain't no joke. Let's put it like this. All right. This sucker is heavy. But it should be. It's $250. It should be. Now, user manual, do you really need that? The reason it's so thick is because it got a bunch of languages in there. That's the reason why. That's what she said. That's what she said. All right, so let's get sucker out. Let's pull him out. There we go. You guys can see a little bit better. Let's get that. There you go. Let's put it over here. Don't worry. I'm going to go ahead and get to this in a minute. All right, so let's look at this projector a little bit closely here. Let's pull this out. This cap. Pull it out. I got so many of these caps now, it's ridiculous. All right, well, there you go. As you can see, the lens that it's using, obviously, it's a LCD in-plane switching. And in-plane switching, it's great for the lens because you don't have to worry about too much of losing that viewing angle. So in-plane switching IPS and the 8,000 to 1 contrast ratio definitely going to help with this projector, okay? So let's move on to this side over here. Let's kind of move it up like this for a moment, just like this, so I can show you. Okay, on this side, let's move it up on this side vertically because I want to show you how this looks from the top. Here you got your directional buttons, left, right, up and down, enter, and the power button, okay? So that's from the top. And it's a nice matte finish, man. It's a really nice matte finish. This is bigger than PlayStation 4 Pro. Okay, so to give you a size comparison, it's bigger than PlayStation 4 Pro. All right, let's just call this Xbox Series X or something like that. It's not a small projector. It's not a small projector. On this side, we have our vents right here, our heat sink. This is our heat sink. This is where all the heat comes out, blows out, okay? Luckily, this is a LED lamp, so we don't have to worry about too much heat. Now, you're still going to have some heat after you use it for a long time, but it's not going to be as bad as you using that traditional lamp. That's why these new LED projectors, in my opinion, are something that you guys need to kind of look into. All right, and I think this is probably the best time to jump into the projectors due to the fact they're using the LED light and in-plane switching, okay? And they're affordable. I mean, $250, you know, I think it's a good deal. It's a good price. So here we got your SD memory card. You can put it in. You can watch all your stuff, your private stuff, whatever you have. Here you got your HDMI 1 and HDMI 2. Couple of things to mention here. This is not 2.0 high-speed HDMI chipset. Why? Because they're not using a 4K resolution, so therefore no need for them to utilize HDMI 2.0 chipset. This is your regular HDMI 1.4 chipset. It has two HDMIs, which is pretty cool. You can connect both of your consoles or your Blu-ray player or whatever you have. Pretty cool that it has two HDMI inputs. Now on this side, you got speaker. There's a speaker right here. And let me tell you, this speaker, from what I understand, it's really good. This built-in speaker right here, I don't know if you guys can see it, but it has like a, let me pull out the camera. And this speaker right here, it's definitely gonna have a really nice punch to it. But then again, you want to use a sound bar. Okay, surround sound bar. But hey, if you don't have one, I think this will get the job done to some, you know, decent way, which I will test. Here we got our VGA. I don't know who's using VGA, but if you need VGA for some kind of portfolio work on your old computer, you can do that. You got two USBs. How about that? You get two USBs, which is pretty cool. So you can connect one hard drive or one USB stick on top of the SD memory card. So you got plenty of ways for you to watch your content. And here you got your audio video and your headphone jack. And on this side, you got your keystone right here that you can adjust, and your focus. So your keystone and your focus right here to adjust. And of course, right here, this is your filter. Your filter is right here. I don't know how to open this filter now. I'll have to look into that, but I'm sure it's something underneath you have to pull out to change the filter. That's the one thing you have to do, is change the filter after so many hours, which I will do a separate video on that to show you how to do that. And here underneath, there's a little screw. You can adjust the height. I usually use a box or something. I put it on top. You know, that's the way I roll. But if you don't want to, you can choose other ways to do it. Now inside the box, you get your remote control. This remote control, I think it lights up. There's your AC cable that goes into your socket, into your wall. And you get HDMI, which is 1.4. HDMI, which is just a regular HDMI, first generation, 1.4. Then you also get composite cable if you need to use them. You know, I don't know, if you're using something like an old VCR or something you want to show off, this come in handy if you want to show off some old VCR tapes or whatever. So you have that option as well. So let's put the batteries in and let's go try this out. It's been 15 minutes. Let's go test it. So as you can see, the button has already lit up. There it is. And I've got my 2 HDMI ports connected via my Oculus. Not the Oculus, I'm sorry. My Chromecast Ultra and my Apple TV. So my Chromecast Ultra and Apple TV. I don't know why I said Oculus. I apologize. So Chromecast Ultra, Google Stadia, and Apple TV. So let's turn this on. Let's see how it works. Let's turn the lights off, shall we? Shall we? The blue light means that it's turned on. Okay, that's what the blue light means. It's turned on. And I can tell you right away, this is much brighter, much cleaner, much sharper, and it looks much better, obviously. So let's go and click on Stadia, HDMI input. Let's go ahead and let's click on the source. So let's go to HDMI, I think it's HDMI 2. Let's click on it. There it is. There's Stadia. There's my account. Oh, this is super bright. This is excellent, man. This is just what I was looking for. So there's Google Stadia. I mean, it looks really nice, man. It looks very bright. There's my controller. Let's go ahead and let's click NBA 2K20. Let's click on that. The colors look really nice. Everything looks very sharp and clean and detailed. And you know, that's the beauty about this projector, is the fact that it has that capability to give you that bright LED light. So let's go click on the and the speakers are really good. You guys will be blown away by the speakers of this thing. Listen to the speakers.
Still here? Well, we want to see what you're bringing onto the court. Send us your best lineup over social media.
Nice speakers, huh?
Hashtag 2KTV lineup, and we just might feature it on next week's episode.
Remember, January 18th is the last day to qualify for the My Team Unlimited tournament, and
the speakers are really good, man. I'm loving the speakers. And the quality too.
Hello and welcome everyone. Thanks so much for joining us on this Tuesday night edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here along with analysts Greg Anthony and Steve Smith. And we'll be hearing from DA along the sideline all game long. It's the Los Angeles Clippers and the Miami Heat.
Nice, man.
Tip-off goes to the Clippers.
Really nice quality, very bright. Love it.
Here are the 5 for the Clippers. We got DeAndre Jordan. J.J. Redick is out there with Chris Paul. Then it's Matt Barnes. And it's Griffin in at the 4-man position. Adebayo passes it to Nunn. Dishes to Butler. Shoots over Redick. Shots good by Butler.
Jimmy Butler, great feel for the mid-range game. And it's where his jumper's most accurate.
Redick passes to Paul.
I had to turn down the volume down a little bit because it's pretty loud. I mean, he looks pretty good. there's the replay here. I'm looking at the replay. I'm looking at the graphics and everything. You can see the graphics and you can see sharpness of the detail very nicely. Now, this is not a 4K. It's a native 1080p, but man, it looks pretty darn good for $250. What I'm trying to say here is that you don't have to go all out and spend some ridiculous amount of money in order for you to enjoy a big screen home cinema projector. There's other ways that you can enjoy it, okay, for a minimalistic, like $250. This is a great entry level, and honestly, this projector speaker, I don't think you need anything else other than this projector speaker because it's very loud. But if you want the surround sound, obviously you got to go with a home theater receiver, or obviously the minimalistic, cheaper way would be a good sound bar. I mean, look at the detail. I'll get a little bit closer. That's nice, man. Look, it's really nice detail here on a projector, man. This is LED. This is what I like about this new LED lamps, is that they don't burn out that easy. It takes a long time for these LED lights to burn out. That's the beauty about the LED lights, you know. So I hope you guys enjoy this. I will do some more videos on this. I will do the picture settings, the presets and stuff like that. So I hope you guys enjoy this unboxing and setup. Sorry for the long introduction, but I had to explain a couple of things to you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you on the next one, though. Take care. Have a good one. Very nice, man. This is very nice. That's why I recommended this one and the Vivibright. Vivibright is something that I want to do pretty soon in the future. I want to show you that projector as well, which is also, it's actually cheaper. It's $220. But they're in the same ballpark of $250. It's just that the Vivibright has a little bit of a discount. It's $220. All right, I'll talk more about that some other time. Have a good one, guys. Take care. Cheers.